Hello friends, welcome to TMXing Adventures. Lisa here. Today I'm going to make something from the 90s, maybe even earlier, maybe late 80s. So those of you who've been around a while, you might remember this recipe. I remember my nana making it, my mum making it, and it's so simple and just a handful of ingredients, okay? It is egg-free. It is not dairy-free. However, I reckon you could do it on an alternative milk just as easily. And I wonder if you know what it is as I say these sorts of things. Now, let me tell you, it is a whole of 4 ingredients, and I reckon you've probably got them all in your house as it is right now. And it is blancmange. Who remembers blancmange? Show your age and comment if you do. And I want you to share this video with somebody you know who would know what blancmange is as well. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm going to tell you about it as we cook along. The very first thing we need to do is heat up some milk. Okay, so the milk needs to get to boiling before we do much more. Now, we're actually not going to bring it quite to boiling. It was boiling in a stove saucepan, right? You had to bring it up really hot like that. But if we boil milk, do you know what happens if you boil milk? It burns to the bottom. And we don't want it to burn to the bottom. And they would have madly whipped it to try and stop that process, but we don't need to go quite that hot. So I'm putting 1 whole litre of full cream milk in to the Thermomix. You can make this in any model Thermomix, okay? Now, if you like custards, this is kind of like a set custard. It sets a lot firmer than a custard. So if you like custard, you'll probably like this. It's somewhere between a custard and a jelly. And I've actually got my second ingredient all over my hand. But before I tell you what comes next, I'm going to put this on to get piping hot. So I can use on my TM7 my warm-up mode because I want this to get nice and hot. But if you're on a TM31 or a TM5, you can use it in warm-up mode on TM6. You're going to put it on 90 degrees, put it on speed 2, probably put it on for 10 minutes. See if it gets to 90 degrees at 10 minutes. If you're on a TM31, you're looking for your button to stop flashing at you, the temperature button. If you're on a TM5, you've got the little number above the big number. You want to get it to 90 degrees before we move on to the next step. So I'm going to come back in what will probably be about 10 minutes, maybe less with my TM6 and I've got a TM7. And we're going to continue the recipe together, but I'm so excited to show this to you. I rang my mum. I'm like, what was that recipe Nana used to make? And she had to go get the old cookbook out. I had to convert pints to modern day world stuff. Sorry guys, you're a little high today, but I'll come back when this is tight, nice and hot, and we'll do the next steps together. So I'll see you soon. So I've brought 1 litre of milk to 90 degrees. By the way, I'm converting this. This is in my mum's cookbook. She has written it out. And so I've just rung and said, hey, what's that recipe? It was in pints, can you believe? So I now have some really toasty, nice 90 degree milk in there, 1 litre, okay? We're going to add 8 tablespoons of sugar. Now I'm going to weigh it for you so that you don't need to do this at home, okay? So I'm just seeing if I've actually got, usually in this drawer, and because my nana would have been particular, I'll be particular. I've dug out the tablespoon measurements. So 4 tablespoons of sugar to dissolve in. So let's weigh that so you know how much it is. Now, if you don't want to do a full litre, of course don't do a full litre. You can halve this, quarter this, etc. I can't count. That must be 4. So you're aiming for about 120 grams of sugar into this Thermomix. If you're doing a full litre, that is your sweetener done. Okay. Now, if you have no idea what blancmange is, that's okay. Let me tell you in a moment. Now, the next ingredient is we need to add to something we can stir. We're going to make a cornflour slurry. So we need 8 tablespoons. Do you want me to weigh that for you? Is that, oh, cornflour is so floaty. Never mind. So, blancmange is a bit like a really super thick custard minus the egginess. Okay, there is no egg in it. Man, I'm terrible at counting and talking. It's not my strong point. What's that? 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can tell you how much it is in the jar though. Look at that. That is a Kilner 300ml jar, and it is up to 200. So there you go. If you're interested in a jar, that's how much it is. So if you don't like the egginess of custard, or maybe the runniness of custard, or that texture, this is thicker. This is Nelly jelly. Think of milk jelly. That's what Blancmange is. Okay, I'm setting it today in the what are they called? Canelli molds, because that's all I've got. Traditionally, it was done in glass or steel, aluminium. Ooh, don't use that these days. That's bad. But yes, that's what I've got. We do release them just putting it in hot water, so it will kind of let that release, but they have to set first. So I don't know if I'll get this up to you tonight at 6 o'clock or not. We'll have to wait and see how long they take to firm up, but I'm super excited, super excited. So this was 8 tablespoons of sugar, 8 tablespoons of corn flour made into just a little slurry to dissolve it, okay, because you don't want to go putting corn flour into a hot mix. You end up with a really solid, crunchy kind of thing going on. So in this goes, and it's just enough water to dissolve it. And now we're going to put a pinch of salt, which I have a problem with because I can't find my salt. We'll come back to the pinch of salt, but we need to bring this to the boil. Okay, so we're going to put on 2 minutes, 100 degrees, no higher. 100 is going to be enough that we're going to get a film on the bottom anyway, and just on speed 2 so it moves around, which in a TM7 is so quiet. Hello, Gwenda. Lovely to see you on. Do you know what Blancmange is? Julie, lovely to see you too. Anyone? Does anyone know? I know when you write it out, it doesn't look like the spelling, right? I can't look at it while I say the word because I will not be able to say it if I look at the spelling. But Blancmange, did anyone have that in their childhood or their younger years? Certainly something we had growing up, and I have fond memories of. So I would love to find the salt in my house in a second, which would be amazing if I could. And then we're going to get it very quickly in a moment into the molds, because that is how it is going to set. You'd think in my house we'd know where salt is and be able to easily find things. Like there's multiple salt options, but I do have pink salt. Just excuse me for a moment while I dig into the drawers and figure out which drawer it lives in. Here we go. It's only a pinch of salt, so it's not a huge amount. I have Himalayan salt in that drawer. I love on the TM7, I can just do this. Oh, and look at that. It's going round and round and round and round and round. Just get rid of that leftovers bit. It's nearly there. It's actually only 85 degrees, which tells me we need a bit longer. So traditionally on a stovetop, you brought it back to boil for 2 minutes. So you can see here, it's dropped to 90. I still have 45 seconds. I'm just going to keep an eye on that. When you do open the lid of the machine, it turns off the heat and it turns off the blades. So normally I would wait for it to come to temperature if I was going to open it, but today I had salt in my hands, so not today. 95, we're coming super close, which is cool. Maybe the 2 minutes is long enough. So let's see how we go. 89, we're nearly there. 100, we made it. So 2 minutes on a TM7 is great. Okay, 2 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 2. Bringing that to the boil, it's going to be dissolving that sugar. It's moving that mix around. It's taking that salt in, that corn flour in, spreading it out nicely. And now we're done. You do want to make sure that's come up to the boil. You can actually see the salt's a little on the top. So I'm just going to do something a little crazy, not crazy. I'm just going to put it on a little bit faster for a second. Not that fast. Whoa, hello. Wait a second. Just speed 4. Just for not long. I'm just going to press play. Oh, it says it's too hot. Go down a bit then. Oh. It's all right. Let's go there. It's because I had a temperature on. It didn't want to mix that fast with a temperature on. Fair enough. Look at the red. You can barely hear it. It's on speed 3, but I can barely hear it. Now, does anybody know what blancmange is. Nobody has said they know what blancmange is yet in the chat. Hello, Sue. Hello, Lorraine. Lovely to see you on. Today's weather is stunning. By the way, if you had put the salty when you put the corn flour and the sugar, it wouldn't have been dancing on the top. Because I didn't have it on hand to add in, it was still sitting on top. No one wants salty blancmange. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to hopefully fill the mold. Now what you can use, I think the bundt tin would be lovely. Oh, look at that. So the Thermomix beautiful big bundt tin. I thought about also there's a mini bundt now that has 6 in it. We do have visitors tonight. So if this happens to be ready in time, which I am leaving it a little close for comfort on the timings, but if it happens to be ready, we need 8, so be good to have these. I actually have some curd in the fridge, which I thought I might put on top. You don't have to have anything on top. In essence, as I said, it's like a jelly milk, okay? It's just beautiful. So I'm so excited because I tell you, I'm 40 something now, so it's been well over probably 25 years since I've had this. Now this is making heaps. I actually doubled what the original recipe was. So I will actually get out my little mini bundt ones and I'll probably top these to the top. Okay, no idea, Julie. Hi, Liz. Bit like custard? Yeah, Sue. Yeah, kind of, hey, but without the egginess. So these are gonna now go into the fridge and they're gonna set. And then when I want to get them out later, I'm going to put like as hot as water that will come out of my tap into the sink. I'm only going to make the water the height of the rise up on the tray, like to here. And they don't need long in that hot water, just 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then I should be able to flip this onto a chopping board, give it a donk on the bench, and these will all come out. Now, hopefully tonight I can show you. Hopefully the replay will be up on YouTube if these are set in time tonight to be able to show you these. But blancmange is amazing. If you're looking for something that's like a fancy memory, kind of dessert, blancmange is certainly that. And as I said, if you're egg-free or even dairy-free and you want to use an alternative milk, it's a great option, okay? Milk jelly, thanks. Yep, kind of like a pudding. I love these suggestions. I love that you guys know what I'm talking about. I bet you if you looked at the wording, though, the spelling, you'd be like, I don't know what that is. Because I tell you, when I was trying to figure out how to spell it, I was like, Anyway. I hope this has inspired you. I hope you have a lovely weekend and you get a chance to play with your Thermomix and make something amazing in it. If you need support with anything, reach out. I don't mind hearing from you. My website is over there, TMXing Adventures. And yeah, I'm going to keep cooking with my Thermomix. We've going to have pizza night tonight with our friends over, well, family over, family and friends. And yeah, weekend of just getting things done around the house. So I'm looking forward to that. But have a lovely one. Take care in all you do. If I can help in any way, reach out. But remember to share these videos with your friends and family who have Thermomixes. I'm just putting this out of my hands. Oh, stay there. They have Thermomixes and need to know what else they can make with it. There's so much we can do with our Thermomixes. I'm just scratching the surface. And you know the crazy thing? This recipe isn't even on Cookidoo that I could find. Oh, there was something that looked foreign. So there was maybe like a version in another country language and it was a vanilla one with vanilla in it. So I reckon you could do that too. But yeah, no Aussie one. So there you go. Brand new recipe to Cookidoo. Oh no, to Thermomix, not Cookidoo. To me, putting it up today, sharing it with you. So hopefully you get inspired to give it a go. 1 litre of milk, 8 tablespoons of corn flour dissolved in water, 8 tablespoons of sugar and a pinch of salt. Bring your milk to the boil at the beginning. Boil it at the end to thicken it and make sure it's all well combined, and then fridge until it's set. So I hope you enjoyed. If you make it over the weekend, make a smaller batch if you need to. Obviously with 8 tablespoons in there, you can make an 1/8 of a batch, right? So let me know if you need help with that. But otherwise, take care, and I'm going to see you in the next video soon. There are videos coming up on YouTube over the weekend, so keep an eye out for them. Gwen, one of them you'll like to see over the weekend. I know you'll love it. But otherwise, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.